And joining us now on Miami Life is Miami-Dade Mayor Daniella Levine Cava, making a return engagement to our show. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure, Jim.
So the big news, of course, the budget, a $400 million shortfall. That's a lot of money.
Yes, sir, a lot of money. Very hard to make those tough decisions.
A lot of people are wondering, I guess, could you have seen this coming?
We definitely knew that we would have to adjust for the constitutional offices. We did anticipate lower growth in our revenues, but we didn't expect the state to cut our budget, which they did in the final moments before we had to prepare the budget. And we did not anticipate how large the requests would be from the constitutional officers. Prices have gone up everywhere. Our growth has slowed. Increased demand for services, and it's a perfect storm.
So you have to make some tough decisions. Got to cut some jobs, got to raise some fees. It's going to cost more to use public transportation under this proposal. Yes,
so we haven't raised transit fares in over 10 years, and our transit fare box, as they call it, never covered the cost. It's always been subsidized, but one of the last cuts the state did actually hurt our transit budget as well. So unfortunately, we did feel it was necessary to be able to keep our service going. We did not cut any routes. The Metro Bus, Metro Rail, Metro Mover services, no routes are cut. Everything is intact, and to do that, we have to propose a small fare increase.
Yeah, there were some other pet projects that you had championed over the past few years. The office to help new citizens get acclimated, small business loans. You really wanted to expand that. Poof, those are all gone away.
Well, we have worked on ways to find grant funding, so it's really about the general fund, which is our property tax and some state revenues. Those are what have been greatly cut. So, for example, we have an Office of Housing Advocacy that's now going to be covered by some federal funds. We also are partnering with the Beacon Council on small business support. So we're finding ways.
A lot of local governments, I guess, have been enjoying a lot of federal money over the past few years.
Indeed.
Of course, the budget from COVID and the aftermath of that seemed to pump a lot of money into those local budgets. That money's dried up.
Yeah, we were so very fortunate. We did receive a lot of money to support us getting through the pandemic, to stabilize jobs, to stabilize businesses, and really became the most recovered economy in the country. So we used that money very wisely, and then the rescue plan dollars we used as well to deal with some infrastructure needs, some short-term costs, things that were really vital, but it was, of course, time limited. We knew that. We warned everybody, and yet, of course, so many still have wants and needs and things they want to continue.
Yeah. I know you saw an op-ed in the Miami Herald. One of the county commissioners, Roberto Gonzalez, took you to task for a few things.
Yes.
Said that you, in essence, spent recklessly, that this was an example of out-of-control government, and that you should have saved more money for a rainy day.
Yeah, I think everybody needs to understand I propose a budget, but it's the commission that passes the budget. So the commission goes through everything. They make a determination. Certainly, we've all been warning about this upcoming shortfall. I think that the dollars were used in a way that met the needs of the time. Again, we're the most recovered economy in the country. People needed housing. We've doubled the money on housing. We've made sure to improve our transit system, our airport, so many things that really needed attention and that the public really wanted. So I think we did well, and I think the Commission's approval of the budget, which was balanced every year, goes to show that we did the right thing.
The criticism that maybe the money should have been spent more on the transit gridlock that we have in Miami-Dade County and fixing some of the aging roads.
Well, as a matter of fact, we've done a lot on that. As far as transit goes, you know, the only solution to traffic is transit. We really don't have the space or the means to build more roads. So we have upgraded transit so much that we are also considered the most recovered in the country. We went from being the 15th largest to the 10th largest transit agency in the country. And we're the only one that grew post-pandemic, you know, from pre-pandemic levels. I want to mention as well, we not only balance the budget every year and have the board, it's the board's budget, we also reduced taxes twice. So we understood that people were struggling. The cost of living had shot up with the increased cost of living, especially housing. And as a result, we did return reductions to the taxpayers 2 years in a row with reduced millage. And now we're at the lowest rate of property tax in this county since 1982.
Raising property taxes a non-starter?
We are not proposing to raise property taxes. We don't think that the community will bear that, and we think we need to live within these means. On the other hand, we are proposing a flat millage, and reducing the millage will only cause us to go back and cut bus routes or close parks or eliminate whole departments. That's what it will mean.
Yeah, I know a lot of your attention has been devoted to Alcatraz. It is on county land,
yes,
run by the state because the federal government has this immigration crackdown. Who's in charge there?
So I know people are asking that question because there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, but I will say this, it's our property, and it was taken over without our permission by the state because of the governor's emergency declaration about immigration, which has been renewed multiple times since 2023 when he first declared it. And the Division of Emergency Management in the state of Florida is actually the one that came in, negotiated contracts to put this thing together, and is, to the best of my knowledge, managing day to day what goes on there.
Is this facility safe?
I am very concerned about the facility. It's in the wrong place. It's an environmental disaster. The impacts on the environment, also, this is a pristine wilderness that is protected by federal law. Also, the tents are not ready for major hurricanes. We did see that there were initially leaks. The conditions are very harsh. I don't know what is happening to the inmates in terms of their ability to really get proper exercise or proper access to services. And of course, they're very crowded in the tent in cage-like facility.
Those who support it, though, say this is like a one-stop shop. You can bus people in, quickly fly them out, and so they see it as a very efficient way to deal with the deportation
Well,
situation.
We know that the federal government has a quota for how many people they want to round up and deport, and so they need more space to do that. So I'm sure that's what motivated this. That to be said, we haven't any knowledge yet that anyone has actually been deported from this facility, and of course they're talking about expanding it, and I think that is also very risky.
Do you feel powerless here in this situation when it comes to Alcatraz?
This is not anything that I would have wished upon our people or our environment.
We want to thank Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniella Levine Cava for speaking with us.